Hi,
Hi,
Angela.
how are you guys?
Good. How are you today?
Good.
Well, we're excited to have you here. So, how it go is you're gonna go have 5 minutes for your speech and then 5 minutes for question and answers afterwards. But yeah, that speech is totally all you, and that's pretty much it. Do you have any other questions?
No.
All right, the floor is yours.
Okay. So hi everyone. My name is Angela Falcone and I'm running for president of Mafa. First, I'd like to thank you all for your time and your consideration for this position. So to tell you a little about myself, I'm a rising fourth year pre-med public health major at The Ohio State University with a minor in Spanish. So to me, Mafa is like family. Growing up, my Filipino culture was prevalent in my life through the food, language, and my family, but I had never really immersed myself in the culture until I came to Ohio State and joined the Filipino Student Association, or PSA. And the friends that I've made in PSA have helped me find a home away from home. And they've continually encouraged me to learn about not only my culture, but myself as well. And for the past year, in addition, being a Mafa intern, as well as being a coordinator for MFAS, has helped me expand that community to the Mafa sphere. And through this community, I've been able to make friends with Mafa members that I would not have been able to do without Mafa. And as your president, I want to continue to be that family that new and current Mafa members can find. So if elected to be your president, I have three main goals that I want to implement for the upcoming year. First, I want to be an organization that not only connects with each MAFA organization, but to its individual members as well. I want to do so by engaging with members more through MAFA's different social media platforms. And I also want to start a competition between our MAFAMs to increase engagement with our family system, where interactions between family members gains each family points. And then at the end of the year, the winning MAFAM with the most points gets some sort of prize. Shout out to OSU PSA for that idea. Secondly, I would like to increase MAFA's connection to the national organizations like the National Federation of Filipino American Associations, as well as the other regional umbrella organizations. I was part of the most recent Empowering Filipino Youth Through Collaboration cohort, where I was able to engage with students of Filipino orgs all across the country, as well as those involved with the national organization. And I want MAFA to be more involved with programs like this in order to increase the networks of our students and their organizations. And lastly, I want to provide additional organizational help to our MAFA members and their executive boards. First, I would like to implement a weekly office hours where there will be an open Zoom call at certain times through the week where any MAFA member can come to our exec board for help. And in addition, I'd like to personally reach out to each of our members' organizations, boards, and any other general body members who like to share their ideas with me and the rest of MAPA board so that their goals and their visions for MAFA in this next year can come to fruition. In addition, I like to create like a systematic MAFA fund program where MAFA organizations can apply for financial help for either their PCNs or any other necessity that their organization might need. So I believe that I'm best qualified for this position through a number of previous experiences. This past year, I've served as PSA's president, where I led meetings, oversaw all of the other positions, and dealt with anything from small, minute tasks to serious issues as well. And as president, one of my main tasks was to help out my other board members when they needed it. So I have a lot of experiences in the different aspects of running student work. In addition to my PSA executive board roles, I was a MAFA intern this past semester. So I have a great knowledge of the workload for each MAFA board position. And I was also a MAFA coordinator this past semester. And along with my two other coordinators, I oversaw anything that had to do with MFAS planning and helped out each committee when they needed it. So as you can see, I've not only the vision and the ideas, but your qualifications to be the next MAFA president. It's been a great honor to be so involved with PSA and Mafa throughout my college career, and I hope to continue doing so as your Mafa president. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. That was really great. Obviously great speech so far. So I'm going to open it to the rest of my board. If anyone has any questions they would like to ask first before I ask mine. Okay, so for me, just some general questions. So what did you learn from the internship program that you can be used for president? I know that you already had other presidential positions, obviously, but from specifically the internship program, what did you learn that you want to hope to take with you into this position?
Yeah, so one thing that Ellen, like the previous VPI, had all of our interns do was do like some sort of presentation about anything that we wanted to talk about for that week. And I did mine on like relieving stress as a board. And when creating this presentation, I did so in reflecting on like my time as PSA president and working with my previous board, as well as what I would want to do in the future, working like professionally in my future career, as well as just in any other like setting, working as a group. And two of like the really important things I learned from that was just being open and honest with the rest of your team members, and making sure to delineate tasks between yourself as well as others.
Right. Yeah, that's really important. I really like the idea of taking care of your board members. So great answer. My next question is the specific duties of the president change per year depending on like many factors, including like, which is not limited to the community, the board, and the president's personal and academic life. So I was wondering, what do you envision as the MAFA's president role for next year?
Yeah, so as president, I think my main vision of what I would be as Mafa president is to be a resource for not only the rest of my possible future exec board, but as well as the Mafa organizations as well. And I like to bring a lot of my experiences from like PSA board in creating like action tasks for each position, as well as having individual meetings with each of my board members, like through the beginning, the middle, and the end of the year, in order to gauge their own position-specific goals and just to keep everyone accountable.
All right, yeah, that's a great answer. Does anyone else have any other questions for Ms. Angela?
Sure, Angela. If you could pick one important lesson learned from our time as MFAS Chords, what would it be?
I think one important lesson is, forgive myself and forgive me, I'm thinking about a lot of the things that we did.
Yeah, take your time.
Fast. I think it would just be that communication is key. I think with our MFAS committee specifically, there were so many individuals on the committee, and it was really important for each members of their own like specific committee to be able to communicate with each other on their committee specific tasks, as well as to show those other tasks to the other committees as well, and to work with the coordinators in making sure that all of the committees are working diligently and meeting their goals. So I think definitely communicating amongst each of the committees was really important, just because of the nature of how like large our MFAS committee was this past year.
Right on, thank you.
And going off of that, if there were a conflict to pop up between like any of the MAFA executive board or any planning of MFAS, well, so how would you handle that when it comes to those types of conflicts, whether it be like planning issues or something like that? How would you handle conflict between those two committees?
Yeah, so obviously, like I'm running for the position of president, and if I was in that position, depending on which MAFA board members or like MFAS committee members were involved in that situation, I would first notify like my vice presidents about the issue, and then we would talk to each of the parties involved. And then all of us would gather information about what exactly the issue is at hand. And then if necessary, I'd notify the other Mafa board members who need to know of the situation. And then I would discuss with those members about actions moving forward.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, that is time for the Q&A. But thank you so much for your interview. Do you have any questions for us before we let you go?
Yeah, I guess just reflecting on like all of your guys' time on Mafa board, I guess what was the most fun aspect about your position?
So for me as president, it would just be seeing everyone work together and be able to create something like MFAS. As president, it's good to know to be on like a need to know basis on everything that everyone handles. So it's just like a good leadership position that I really grew into. Anyone else?
Sure, I'll share. For me, my favorite part about this position specifically was the creative freedom it allowed to pursue cultural programming that I thought was interesting and that was worth sharing with the rest of the Mafa sphere.
All right. If anyone doesn't have anything else, we want to say thank you so much, Angela, for being here. You'll hear from us in about 2 weeks' time, but wonderful job. And we want to say thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Take care, Angela.